Did you know that gender is a construct? Do you know what that means? Have you ever heard of the gender binary? The Canadian Instituute for Health Research defines gender as socially constructed roles, behaviors, expressions, and identities of girls, women, boys, men, and gender diverse people. It influences how people perceive themselves and each other, how they act and interact, and the distribution of power and resources in society. Gender identity is not confined to a binary, girl-women, boy-men, nor is it static. It exists along a continuum and can change over time. There is considerable diversity in how individuals and groups understand, experience, and express gender through the roles they take on, the expectations placed on them, relations with others, and the complex ways that gender is institutionalized in society. Non-binary, for example, is a spectrum of gender identities that are not exclusively masculine or feminine. Non-binary people feel their gender identity cannot be defined within the margins of the female-male gender binary, which is the classification of gender into two distinct opposite forms. Instead, they understand their gender identity as distinct from the identities of men or women. Non-binary communities are incredibly diverse. Non-binary people may identify as both male and female, or neither male nor female. Non-binary identities can also fall under the transgender umbrella, since many non-binary people identify with a gender that is different from their assigned sex at birth. It is important to acknowledge that non-binary folks experience discrimination in schools and society. Today, Canada legally recognizes non-binary or third gender classifications, but this has only been the case since 2016. New Brunswick only just announced the third gender marker for birth certificates in the middle of 2019, not very long ago. In 2018, a group of LGBTQ+ youth came together in Fredericton to create short cell films made with a cell phone. One of the cell films that this group created was called Gendered. The director of the cell film, Raven, shared what it is like for a non-binary person to attend school, navigating gendered spaces like washrooms, and also how teachers often use gendered language, like when they separate students into groups of boys and girls. The cell films ask teachers and school administrators to think about what it must be like to experience school as a non-binary person, and think about the local changes they can make in order to make school spaces more comfortable for non-binary students, staff, and teachers. What changes could be made in your school to support and affirm non-binary students, staff, and teachers?